So I want to thank everyone who's joined us on this beautiful Saturday morning to honor an institution that truly gave so much to our community, to our city, and through the influence of the young woman who walked its halls to the world. For me, as a kid who grew up in this community, I really do pinch myself every day that I have the privilege of representing this amazing community in the City Council. So it's truly my honor to join everyone here today, alumni, family, friends, neighbors, colleagues, community leaders, and everyone gathered here to celebrate the renaming of this street in honor of Brooklyn's own Bishop Kearny High School. And in just a little while, we will unveil the street sign that will bear Bishop Kearny's name right here on the corner, 64th and Bay Parkway, right on cue, where the school lived for almost 60 years. Let's give that a minute. I can't compete with the church. I'm told they're going to play hymns after this, so maybe we should wait. Okay, let's try to get this in. So first I want to give thanks to the Department of Transportation for the installation of the sign. Community Board 12 for their support in approving the renaming of this application. The 66th Precinct for watching over this event. The residents of the community here, and most of all, the alumni and stakeholders of Bishop Kearny High School. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Sister, how long do the hymns go on for? 25 minutes? 10? What should we do? Should we keep going or should we wait? They're going to climb up the tower and try to mute the bells. All right. I also want to acknowledge State Senator Andrew Gennardis, who's joined us today. Senator, thank you for being here and for supporting this renaming. So, all right, let's just go. Right? All right, everyone's got places to be. So we don't do these street renamings very often, and there's a reason for that. It isn't every day that something leaves such an impact on a community that it warrants a street to be named after it. A street and a sign that will outlive all of us here today. But with Bishop Kearny, there was no question and no hesitation. When folks came to my office and said, how could we dedicate a part of this neighborhood after Bishop Kearny? I said, I'll do everything I can to make it happen. And I want to thank all the people who reached out to me to make this event possible today. We could not have done it without you. You know, they say in life, we leave our footprints wherever we travel. And we leave our fingerprints on every heart and every life we touch. And that's especially true for our educators. We don't ever know truly where their influence ends because it lives on through eternity in every new generation. And I know I look back fondly on my Catholic school days at Xaverian High School as some of the most formative years of my life when I was really discovering who I was. And like Xaverian for me across town, Bishop Kearny certainly left its mark on the hearts of our community, on the young women who studied here, the faculty and the staff and the sisters, the friends and families of the larger school community, lives that were shaped in profound ways. Bishop Kearny left an indelible mark that can never be erased. And today, when we unveil this sign, it will truly cement Bishop Kearny's legacy in this community and in this city forever. So what was Bishop Kearny High School? The mighty Green and Gold was an all-girls Catholic school that opened right here in 1961. It was named for Bishop Raymond Kearny, who served for decades in the Diocese of Brooklyn. It operated for almost 60 years, closing in August of 2019. In his 1961 dedication address, Bishop McInart said the school would provide young girls with an education second to none. He turned out to be absolutely right. Bishop Kearney became synonymous with excellence in New York City Catholic education. Its students and its faculty achieved academic excellence, and it developed a renowned athletics program to boot. Young women here were also taught about the importance and the urgency of fairness, justice, and fighting for what's right, and integrity, doing the right thing even when no one is looking. It was also simply a place where so many young women made friends that they would have forever. The thing about a great school is that it's not just a place that kids go for learning. You can see a great school's greatness in the wider community that forms around it and the ways people from that community make the world a better place. And if you're one of my neighbors here in South Brooklyn, I'm willing to bet that you've benefited from the achievements, the acts of compassion, and the everyday kindness from Bishop Kearney's larger school community. Someone who went there or taught there or had their daughter go there or cared for their students or just simply looked after the property. The greatness of Bishop Kearney High School and the great thing about it is that it will live on after we're all gone. As generations pass, the lessons learned from one to the next. In that sense, a great school like Bishop Kearney can never really completely close because it will live on in our hearts and our memories forever. Today is personal to me as well. I love this community, and Bishop Kearney is truly a legend within it. As a Zavarian guy, I can certainly tell you lots of stories. But we'll save that for another time because we're outside of church. Today is also personal for me as well because as a council member who deeply cares about education, and when it comes to uplifting our kids and getting them ready for the world, we have no better example than Bishop Kearney High School. Bishop Kearney taught young women that all things are possible to achieve when you apply yourself, that you can truly do anything you set your mind to. And that is as powerful a message today as it is ever. So, as the sun shines down on that sign today, for years and years to come, Bishop Kearney's name will live on and watch over all of us, looking out for us, just like the teachers and the sisters at the school did before. And with that, I want to get out of the way here and let some people who love Bishop Kearney speak. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. So first I want to call up Marianne Liotta, class of 1977. It's a Kearney alum who really initiated this event and helped make it happen. Marianne?
Welcome everyone. I'm Marianne Liotta, class of 77. So nice to see dear friends and share precious memories. We were all gathered here today to honor the late Reverend Bishop Raymond Kearney, the youngest bishop to serve from 1935 to 1956, and of course, our alma mater, Bishop Kearney High School. We are joined today by Sisters Helen Kearney and Sister Virginia Lake. This tribute was a privilege. It began as just an idea, but it required the orchestrated efforts of many to bring this to completion. Let us extend a sincere thanks to Ms. Anna Calley, Kearney alum mother, and Community Board number 12 member. She was instrumental in this endeavor's development. It took the endless and blessed efforts of Monsignor Casado, who was solely responsible for obtaining all the St. Athanasius parishioners' signatures of petition and approvals. Thank you to all residents and neighbors for your support. Our utmost gratitude to Councilman Justin Brannan and Assistant Mr. Jonathan Yedden for supporting this bill and deeming its significance. I would like to take a moment to thank Rimini Pastry Shop for their generous donation of shortcake sheet cake, and another to Brooklyn Bloom, whom were kind enough to create lovely floral corsages. We, former graduates, faculty, and Sisters of St. Joseph, all agreed the closing of Bishop Kearny High School could not go without this prestigious honor. In closing, for almost half a century, Bishop Kearny equipped young women with the academics, fortitude, and integrity to excel in life, overcome all hurdles, and recognize that all things are possible with God. Once a Kearny girl, always a Kearny girl. With no further delay, thank you all for coming. Now on with the ceremony.
Awesome. Thank you, Mary Ann. I now want to call up the niece of Bishop Raymond Kearny and the former president of the Sisters of St. Joseph, Sister Helen Kearny.
Well, I guess you could say I'm one of the original Kearny girls. I am delighted to be with all of you today. The Kearny alum, the administration, faculty, friends, Councilman Brennan, Monsignor Casado, and the alum, especially Mary Ann and Mrs. Kelly, and all who were involved in making this day happen. I come as a family member, the niece of Bishop Raymond A. Kearny, better known to me as Uncle Ray, and as a sister of St. Joseph. I and countless others are so proud of what this school has fostered in the lives of thousands of graduates. Bishop Kearny, initially a diocesan high school, was staffed by our sisters, but then sponsored by the Sisters of St. Joseph. They always strove to educate women to live out the school's motto, Dilige Justinium, work for justice. All of you here today, and so many with us here in spirit, are continuing to live this school's commitment to justice, excellence, and the promotion of God's unconditional love in our very stressed world. Your lives are tangible witness that Bishop Kearny educated women for the future. I knew my uncle, Bishop Kearny, when I was a child. My memories of him are filled with joy-filled family celebrations, because who else would play hide and seek with you when everybody else was preparing dinner? And I also knew of his commitment to our church. As a scholar of canon law, he used his knowledge, as all of you are using your knowledge, to help people see beyond the letter of the law that they were loved and that they were called to love God and to love their neighbor as themselves. Each one of you here today are really a witness to that. That way of living is our congregation's mission of unity, and we try to promote in all of our endeavors. Love of God and neighbor without distinction impels us all to listen to that no one is excluded and all creation is reverenced and respected. We are so proud of the Kearny alumni who are living this mission in outstanding and multifaceted ways. As professionals in so many fields, globally, nationally, and of course right here in Brooklyn. You as alum are committed to the values that you learned here in this school. In your families, you are promoting those same values so needed in our world today. Bishop Kearny has always been committed to preparing women to shape the future. That influence lives on in each one of you as part of the Kearny community. And you look at this street name, and as Councilman told us, it will be here. It will remain here as a reminder of a phrase I've heard quite often: once a Kearny girl, always a Kearny girl. And we can say that with pride and confidence that your influence is alive and well for ages to come. We're so proud of all of you this day. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. I now want to call up Bishop Kearney alumna from 1982, member of the Bishop Kearney Foreign Language Department, and mother of 2 Bishop Kearney graduates, Maria Trentino Giarraca.
My name is Maria Trentino Giarraca, class of 82 and class of 83. You'll understand later. It is so wonderful to be here among my fellow Kearney sisters, former faculty and staff of our beloved Bishop Kearney High School, our community leaders and members of the community, and it is truly my honor to speak to you on this occasion. As I address you today, I reflect upon what Kearney has meant to me, and I hope that my experience and my thoughts will reflect how impactful Bishop Kearney High School was for so many. Bishop Raymond A. Kearney High School was founded in 1961 as part of the diocesan system of schools. It was dedicated by the Most Reverend Brian Joseph McEntegart on November 2nd, 1961, and named in honor of the youngest auxiliary bishop of Brooklyn who had served the diocese from 1935 until his death on October 1st, 1956. The Sisters of St. Joseph were asked to administer and staff the school. It was later incorporated and reopened as Bishop Kearney High School. In his dedication address in 1961, Bishop McEntegart predicted, "In this school, young girls for decades to come will be taught the truths of God's Word. They will receive an education second to none." What Bishop McEntegart could not foresee was that a Kearney girl would not only receive an education second to none, but would also gain a second family, forever friends, and opportunities that would enrich her life well past the Kearney years. My Kearney has meant so much to me in so many ways that far outreach what a school is meant to be. I stepped foot in Bishop Kearney High School in 1979, and it was home. It shaped a young girl into a young woman with an excellent education, Catholic values, cultural experiences, opportunities, challenges, priceless memories, and lifelong friendships. It allowed me to embrace not one, but 2 sets of sisters when I was allowed to take part in an accelerated program and graduate 1 year early to accommodate an impending move abroad, which then never happened. I was a member of the class of 83 and was adopted into the class of 82 as I graduated a year early. It shaped a young woman who returned to her alma mater as a newly minted teacher. I was embraced by my mentors. My former teachers had now become my colleagues who supported and encouraged me, and I embarked on a new Kearney experience. I grew as a teacher, and my students inspired and challenged me to do better and be better. It shaped and strengthened my faith in my darkest hour as a mom. It showed me the strength, love, and the power of the prayer of the Kearney community. As Kearney always did, everyone rallied in prayer and support, and they never left my side when my daughter, then a sophomore at Kearney, was critically ill. I will never forget the day once my daughter recovered and returned back to school as a junior. All her friends were ready and waiting to welcome her back and assist her. And Sister Virginia was ready and waiting, tissues in hand, to assist me and comfort me. It shaped my 2 daughters' lives in making them strong young women that were given the tools to blossom and soar so they could succeed and follow their dreams. Each one being told in different instances by their college professors, "Your high school prepared you well." It shaped me as an older woman returning back to teach at her alma mater to a new generation of students who still continued to inspire and challenge me to do better and be better. My Kearney has been a source of love, inspiration, faith, support, comfort, and innumerable wonderful memories, a home and a family in every sense of the word. I treasure the memories of our ring day ceremonies, holiday masses, concerts, art exhibits, pep rallies, athletic games, trips to Europe, trips to Boston, Philly, DC, and California, ski trips, Spirit Week, door decorating for Christmas, walkathon, and so many more. On May 13th, 2019, the school announced that after 58 years, they would close on August 31st, 2019. On the last day of classes on June 14th at 2 p.m., we were all called down to the gym. We came together in a circle, we locked arms, and we sang our school song as we experienced the last 2:30 bell together, as a family, one last time. That final moment as a Kearney family will forever be embedded in my memory. It was a true testament to who and what we were. That's my Kearney. We all know that this building was much more than an academic institution. Thousands of young women entered through the doors of Bishop Kearney, and just think of all the emotions, expectations, and dreams of each and every one. We found our calling in the classes that we took, or even on the courts or the fields, as our teachers inspired us to be women who shaped the future. We had a common bond that tied us together, our faith. Our faith was nurtured and reflected in all that we did in Kearney, through clothing, toy, and food drives, daily mass in the chapel, holiday masses, becoming Eucharistic ministers, and in our retreats. The truths of God's words were evident in our interactions with each other and with our outside world. Our faith is what strengthened us in our joyous moments and what sustained us and gave us hope in our saddest moments, all with the guidance of our beloved Sisters of St. Joseph. In the last Middle States accreditation of the school, what impressed the committee was that during their interviews with various selected groups of the Kearney community, there was a common thread in the discussions with every student, parent, faculty, and staff member. Aside from the excellent academic programs the school provided, Kearney was home, Kearney was a family. At Kearney, we found our forever friends, our children's godmothers, our mentors, and our spiritual support. If these walls could talk, what a tremendous and amazing tale they would tell. I consider myself lucky to have been a part of this home away from home as a student, as a parent, as a teacher. My Kearney is a part of me. My Kearney is forever embedded in my heart, along with my colleagues and my students. I told my students on the last day of classes that they will have forever friends in their Kearney sisters. Once a Kearney girl, always a Kearney girl. So far, the building here remains untouched. In the future, whatever its fate may be, this new street sign will be a reminder that this wonderful school existed. Although we are sad that our Kearney no longer exists, we must realize how fortunate we were to have been a part of Bishop Kearney High School, and that we are a part of a tremendous legacy. Hail to thee, our school. You were certainly the challenge of our youth. You gave us faith and hope and taught us charity. Faithful all your children will always sing. O Kearney, hail to thee. Thank you.